Okay, chat seems to work fine. For some reason, the Nightbot doesn't like to announce itself anymore. It's been kind of weird, even though it should still work. Also, hello game and welcome. There have been some leaks about the Halloween banner, and honestly, kind of scared to go through that. Because holy hell, in a couple of days there's going to be all hell breaking loose. Apparently so. How does Halloween Wamdu sound? How does Halloween Vikala sound? And what about Halloween Tico? I'm shivering here. At this point I'm already shaking. Cause come the Flash Fest, I think that these are going to get blown away. At this point, yeah, screw the 150 gold points. These are not going to survive. Wamdus. It's going to be Halloween Wamdus, Halloween Dante, Halloween Tico, and Halloween Vikala. One of them could be a skin, probably one of the girls, and very likely just going to be Vicky. So it's going to be a hard pick between Wamdus and Tico, likely going to depend on their kits. But still, probably going to YOLO a little bit. But I'm very, very afraid this ticket is going to get turned off. For now, let's just do a quick round of dailies, because I haven't done them today yet. And then move on to finishing the event. Another thing I want to do on this side would be reading Razia's fates, because I skipped them to get her up to 100 fast. And I hear there's a pretty nice surprise in them. You're okay to skip them all? Oh, you're not the being Wamdu simp then. I know a couple of people who also are in a full-blown panic, and honestly, I can't even blame them. The elements, like usual, are really hard to tell, especially with these hyper-limiteds. So we'll just have to wait and see. So far the only thing leaked has been a trick-or-treat banner. There has been no weapon leaks, so we can't really know the elements. But they should be coming out soon. We should get the update at least like 24 hours before they come out. +2 stamina. Might still not be all that bad. I don't think I have a +3 yet. We'll see. I just hope they're not going to repeat what they did last year and actually make all three either super meta or at least 99% meta relevant. Because if you have to pull for all three, yeah, it's going to be a real big problem. Come on, game load. I clean out the browser's cache, so hopefully after a small readjustment period the game is going to go back to being fast. Hopefully. Because the slowdowns of last time were really not fun. I really want to fire Narmea. I do think she's going to come out eventually, but we might be a year to 2 years away. And at this point I think the Halloween is the only version she doesn't have. Unless they want to give her an SSR Valentine Limited, which might also be an option at this point. Okay, that's the dailies done. These I don't think had a quest. 40 million for each single. Pumpkin Arch Knight 3 times. Pumpkin 7, Pumpkin Arch Knight 10 times. Wait, no, it can't be you. Pumpkin Arch Knight is this one. Fantasy one? Oh no, a Valentine one. But SSR Valentine, since the version she has now is just an SR. And somehow that is an SR I still don't have. That's really, really weird. Yeah, but then I don't even have enough resources for 40 pools. Dread Barrage should bring a little bit more. But that's going to depend on how far you can get into it. Also, United Fights should lock you from looking for another crew, but not sure the Dread Barrages do. Maybe you can look for a crew just for the Dread Barrage. Oh, this is not the Pumpkin Knight, this is just the Jack-o'-lantern. Oh, the Pumpkin Knight must be the unparalleled foe then. Yes, that's about it. Victory the name is us is a general one. So yeah, this has to be the unparalleled. So we can just move on to the higher difficulty ones. Always if and when the game decides to load. This should be fine. Let's try the balance team, see how they do. I have a good crew, so it's okay for that. That's nice. If I remember correctly, the Dread Barrage should also come with about 30 tickets, you know, 30 rolls, 35 rolls, something around that area. But it's been a while since I last counted. They might be a bit more now. Let me go check on my Excel document. If I can find it, because I'm not sure if I even brought that over. No, apparently just an event list. I'm going to have to look on an older document. Okay, it's here. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Ah, this was so old. It's like September 2021. And there should be a Dread Barrage. Perfect, right here. It should be bringing about 26 tickets. This should be the entire list. Probably a little bit hard to see, but there we go. I don't think the rewards have changed. So we'll see. We should have at least 26 tickets when it comes to the next Halloween banners. And hopefully they're going to keep the same rate ups as they did for the summer units. Yeah, these slowdowns are killing me. Come on. The window is refusing to refresh as well. Let's hope it will be without waifu for a little more saving. I hope, I really hope. Well, I really hope there's only like one actual meta-relevant character. Because if there's only 2 girls and one is a skin, maybe, just maybe, we can get by with a little bit of YOLOing and saving the rest for Christmas. Yes, they have been releasing a few too many characters lately. Come on. Yeah, the first run is going to take more than double the amount of time of the next ones, Jesus. Due to these slowdowns alone. Yeah, hopefully that's going to get cleared soon. And hello Delino, welcome. Oh, am I? I'm scared. I'm really scared for the Halloween releases. But there's nothing to do at this point other than just waiting until they come out. Let's see, how much do I have here? 16k crystals. No 10 draw tickets. And 36 singles. This doesn't look too good. I'm up to 91 rolls. Might still YOLO a little bit depending on the characters, whether they're good or not. But if we know what they're going to do with the hyper limiteds, they're probably going to be pretty damn good. I haven't completed the event yet, at least, so there might be another couple of draws to squeeze out of this. Great selections, wonder which one has skins. Actually not sure, cause there hasn't been that many who received a lot of attention this year. Like, Vicky didn't really get much. Let's go check the others. So we've got Wamdus. Wamdus was released on the... Wait, what's the August 2022, but never got anything else. No skins, no anything. So Wamdus has a pretty high chance of being playable. The other one was Tico. The Tico was released in 2021, got a summer version in 2022, same year as Wamdus was released, hell, same month as Wamdus was released. And she appeared in the latest event. She's got a pretty nice chance of being playable as well, but it's not 100%. Vicky, 2019 release, summer version in 2022, before the others as well. Damn, all the same year, and all very close even within the month. The thing is that both Vicky and Tico already have a second hyper limited, while Wamdus doesn't. So Wamdus is for sure getting a playable version. The skin is a toss-up between Vicky and Tico, because Dante is the only male character in there. Dante and Freiheit is also a very old unit, 2019, so Dante is for sure getting a playable version. And yeah, between Vicky and Tico, I would be very torqued too. I don't know which one I would prefer to get a new version. Yes, if we go like this, yeah, they both look like playable versions. Both skins are pretty damn detailed. Wammy getting a maid outfit is also extremely cute. What if they're all playable? What if they actually go the extra mile and release a 4 playable characters banner for Halloween? How devastating would that be? Wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me either, because we went from 2 Halloween limiteds to 3 Halloween limiteds, and they might do 4 this year. The lack of skin would be a little bit weird though. And again, when it comes to the elements, it's a complete toss-up. None of these has any design element that would link to one of the playable elements. Summer was crazy already. Yeah, but Summer, at least they gave away 120 tickets on top of the extra rate ups. And those tickets with those rate up worked out some pretty nice magic. This is going to be a massacre. Halloween was always weird to spark on, and I've always been of the same idea as well, which is why I only ever YOLO'd a little bit. It's just that last year they came out with 3 hyper meta relevant units, so you had to have them. And if they do something like that this year, it's very likely that at least one of them is going to become an automatic anniversary ticket pick. And it honestly feels kind of bad. Because next we've got the Christmas releases, which also go in the anniversary ticket, and the New Year Zodiac plus the Valentine one. And even if you can't use the ticket on the Valentine or the New Year's, I don't know, it feels very restrictive. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that they're going to calm down a little bit when it comes to power level. Wait, was that a new buff? This is the first time I notice it, but that's a new icon, isn't it? Maximum amount of damage that can be dealt per hit is boosted, stackable. When did they add this? This is definitely new. It felt like everyone got a free Yukata Ilsa last summer, also hello Ace, welcome! And yeah, thankfully when it came to Yukata Ilsa they were very generous. In one spark I got 6. Halfway through it I started wishing to get more standard banner units, because at that point it was just all hyper limited. And hello to you too, Fusion, welcome. Oh, thankfully I think I managed to get everyone on that banner. The characters I've missed from this summer were just Kupitan and Eliza, at least the big ones. The maids would have also been nice, but I'm not too sure. Where do you all see the leaks for Granblue Fantasy? Someone posted them in my Discord. I think they came from Twitter, but I can't be sure. A couple of Discord channels that I frequent had that picture, but I have no idea where it came from. Probably just some data mines.
お姉様がお待ちです。私は私を貫き通す。まだまだ。ステラターミネーション。ノーアフェクションフランベ。お姉様がお待ちです。そこほら。
Didn't even finish my spark. To be honest, I was kind of tempted to stop as well. It's just that I was still missing a couple of grand characters, and at the end I just picked Wamdos. Oh wait, not only these lose the resistance to paralyze, at least for the local, they lose the resistance to paralyze for the standard one too. That's awfully nice. It just, I have to save everything for a Dearth Copium. Yeah, if I was a Dearth main, I would be very, very scared right now. Yes, there's a pretty high chance that you're going to have to spark between 3 and 5 times in the span of 3 months. That's going to be very, very expensive. I'm at 90k, I'm trying to double spark during New Year, so I'll need 12k, hopefully this banner sucks. I think you might not even need 12k. If I remember correctly, last year we got way more than 200 draws for free. Or was that for the anniversary? No, that might have been the anniversary. But still, when it comes to roulettes, they do try to make the upcoming one better than the last one. So we might get something extra this time as well. Between better rate ups or just extra free draws. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to change the way the Christmas Hyper Limited's banner work. Because releasing new characters on 3% is a very, very old thing. I should go pick up Grand Fantasy again, but man, juggling Goyo games with FGO and GVF is tough. The one positive thing is that Granblue can be mostly full autoed, and so can Star Rail. So usually you can just play both at the same time. If you can multitask a little bit, it saves some time, while also allowing you to progress in both. I always do my Star Rail and Granblue Fantasy dailies at the same time. Yeah, see, there's one. Hoyo games take me 15 minutes for both. Honestly, unless there's some event going on, it's about the same for me as well. Even though I have a lot of stuff left over for Genshin. It's a game I would love to go back to, but at this point I think I'm just waiting for Furina. I haven't even started the anniversary event. As for today, I just wanted to be done with the Red Barrage. See if I can reach the 400 million. Oh wait, the 1.4 billion, however many honors it is. Genshin has anniversaries? Technically it does. Even though one of the big anniversary events is just a login screen.
もう恐れたりしない。
There is an anniversary quest at least, sort of a festival in Mondstadt.
お姉様がお待ちです。私は私を貫き通す。まだまだ。
I'm at box 36. For more, and I'll have all my Eternals uncapped. Oh, congratulations! Godspeed, man. The extra 10% boost to charge bar looks like it's very little, but it enables you to do 3 chains OTK, which are great, really great for both Sandbox as well as Guild Wars.
愛の力です。射抜いてみせるその心臓を。さすが団長ね。ほら。よかった。みんな怪我はない？
Okay, the fight seems easy enough. Let's see if we can start optimizing time a little bit.
景気よくいくよ。
2 attempts for the 135, which I haven't touched yet, and this is 4 minutes and 44. Pretty slow. Let's try the 135. I think this should still be fine. We might need a little bit of extra dispel, so might bring Narmia here. Come on, Lord. Hello, hello Basil, welcome. How are things going? Yeah, Barrage is thankfully as chill as always. So the things spooking us at this point are just the leaks for the next banner. How has Starrail been for you? Did you enjoy the Pokemon event? Yeah, so far I've been a big fan of it as well. I still need to finish it though. Even though I got spoiled the ending cutscene already, but I don't really mind. Okay, that's where we want the dispels. It more reminded me of SMT somewhat, that Shin Megami Tensei, right? I'm at 1400 Barrage battles, help! Jesus! This man is going really hard on this. You know, SMT is a series that I've been recommended a couple of times, but actually never gave it a shot. I hear the early entries in the series are a little bit harder compared to the rest. But other than the huge penis demons, I actually haven't seen too much. Shin Megami Tensei should be the series that precedes the Persona games.
今の私には全てが見える。姿を隠したって無駄よ。射抜いてみせるその心臓を。ここ、
Persona is different from SMT. I heard they were somehow linked, but I'm not really sure in which way.
助かりました。スキア。響け。
Like if it's a kind of a sequel or if it's sort of a spin-off.
バレンタインは終わりません。
Persona dropped the SMT label on Persona 4.
お姉様がお待ち。
Also, even stuff like Persona 5 Arena only has like the enemies, maybe? The same demons as SMT, but then goes on and do its own thing. Will stream Honkai Impact? I'm actually not sure, because most of it will just be the story. When it comes to the combat and the challenges, I'm afraid to say that my account is still very, very new. And it turns out that I've had a pretty hard time trying to catch up with the endgame. So I've got a couple of teams that can sort of work, but I still have to pick up a few more meta-relevant characters, not to mention all of their gear. Because there's this little bit of a difference when it comes to the characters in Honkai compared to the characters in Star Rail and Genshin. And that's the fact that in Honkai you kind of need the whole set. You need the character, you need their weapons, and you need their specific stigmata. Otherwise, they're not really going to perform all that well. Yeah, on the bright side, some characters have been released for free, some others have been extremely cheap to pick up, but when it comes to general progression, there are still some really large holes in my collection. And if it's just between us, I guess I could, if you're interested in the story, even though, yeah, I don't know, because like, the main story is sort of ended. At least the first part. The one that had Kiana, Mei and Bronya as the protagonists. Now it's a bit of a weird limbo, because we're on a basically different planet, we are in a bubble universe that's collapsing. And it feels very distant from what the normal Honkai Impact used to be. Not really in a bad way, the game is still enjoyable, the story is still interesting, and the characters and their interaction are still very well written. It's just that it's Honkai without the Honkai and without the protagonists. Feels a bit weird, and I don't think it's something that's going to go away even when the second part comes out. Because for the second part we're going to go on Mars and it's going to have an entire new cast. Apparently they're also going to present a new protagonist, and they're going to do the same thing as Genshin's Lumine or Star Rail's Stell. So we will have a new protagonist to act as the main character. While for the whole game, until now, it's been just a faceless captain controlling things from the space station. What do you think about this story? When is the anniversary? First part of the story has been absolutely amazing. I wasn't sure about it until the first few chapters in, but once it hooks you for good. There's the entire Elysian Realm arc that I can't bring myself to clear. I'm still a few missions away from clearing the Elysian Realm because I know how it's going to end, and I know it's going to tear me the hell apart. And I don't want to go through that. But other than that, no, absolutely fantastic story. At least for like 95% of it. It's a bit complicated when they start going into the multi-universes and other dimensional stuff, but it turns out it's also fairly understandable. The beginning is a bit weak. Up to a certain point at least. But that's mostly because you really don't know what to expect. Like they start throwing at you names that you don't know who they are, and character relationships that you have no frame of reference for. That's the only part I didn't like. But once we start getting into the labs, checking out why Otto was trying to resurrect, or at least summon, evoke, make appear, I don't know how to describe it, the Herrscher of the Void, and we get some sort of explanation for that, that's where things start to get a little more interesting. And it only gets better from there. Another really nice thing is the fact that you don't even have to use the gacha or use your own unit to play the story. You can just download the game and use the trial characters to play through all of it, which is a real nice plus. And considering the story is the strongest part of the game, at least in my opinion, it's very, very worthwhile to check it out. Second question was about the anniversary, but I'm actually not sure when that's going to come out. They're doing something with Theresa and the Captain verse. Next character is going to be Terricula, and she's absolutely amazing, wielding not one but two chainsaws. And then we're going to have a new weapon for the Herrscher of Sentience, which is going to come back as a main DPS. That's something I'm really looking forward to, because Senti ended up being one of my favorite characters. Let's see, it should be here on the tweet. I hate when it's like this, available after the 7.0 patch. Okay, but when's the 7.0 patch? Oh, October 20th. And apparently it's going to be October 20th in global as well. There we go. 10 draws, Memorial Stigmata. Oh, this is amazing. They give you a box from which you can pick a character. This is the Ankara, a fire DPS, and a character I do not have. So, very likely just going to pick this thing up. We've got the Terricula release. for which I'm actually not sure if I want to spend rolls for, since I'm still missing some of my core characters at this point. And some more loading bonuses, another 20 pools, some for characters, some for weapons. Dude, she looks amazing. Have you seen her? I've seen lots of art. I don't think the art makes her justice. Hold on a second. There should be something on YouTube. Dude, you and me both. Whenever there's reds and blacks and whites, I love it. Completely head over heels. Not sure if it's this one, it might be this one. It's a 2-minute presentation, so we're going to have to go through it. Not to mention the voice acting. The maniacal laugh is just way too funny. I may actually have time for Honkai Impact if I install it now. To be honest, yeah, it's a game I would wholeheartedly recommend. Okay, there we go. Now, Grisio is a little character that was from the previous era. She was part of the 13 Flame Chasers and one of the only 3 to actually survive them. She's been lost and stranded in space for 50,000 years, something like that. And apparently she's going to be released as an adult now. And there she is. I have no idea why they gave her a chainsaw, but that's just amazing. Like 40k Space Marines are calling and they think this is too much. I can't wait for the new patch. It's going to be so good. Even if her role is a little bit weird. Because she should be a main DPS, but she's a lightning element dealing bleed damage, which is something that's going to be completely new to the element. We'll just have to wait and see. The 20th isn't too far away. The only thing I do in Honkai Star Rail, Arknights and other Eden is grinding. I don't know how to play well. I also don't know how to spend my resources. If you need help for that, you can always be free to ask. But usually just focusing on one team to carry you through most of the content is likely going to be the best course of action. And at least when it comes to Star Rail, it should be fairly easy as well. You just go through character level, traces, light cones, and then you move on to the next one. Start with your main damage dealer, and then move on to the supports. It should be an easy enough cycle, and then you just repeat that for your second team. You do need to be ready for that though, so it might take a while. While I can start playing the game, I may also have a few problems. Again, if you have any issues, feel free to ask. You know where to find me. Morning, have you seen the crazy 5-star Hase yet? Yeah, I've seen the art, but sadly she's a bit too far away for me to uncap. Oh, I've seen the art, but I actually haven't looked into her kit yet. Have they updated the wiki already? Apparently not. Hopefully it's not going to take too long, so we'll see if they manage to update the wiki in like an hour or two. Wiki's updated? Oh, I don't see it. And what's new, it's only the Razian cap. Full Moon on turn 1 and Full Moon getting extended on Ogi? That actually sounds quite amazing, because if I remember correctly, the Full Moon is actually a pretty nice buff. Let's see, browser window, Haselia, there we go. The art is not here yet. No art, no sprite. Still, the evil eye she gives is really fun. 5-star, Crescent Moon and cooldown extend at active full moon by 1 turn. Okay, that's pretty decent. Full Moon is a 35% boost to attack and defense. Really nice, especially on a special buff. This should stack with literally everything else. 55, no changes to Boaz. 75, no changes to Yachin. Nothing here. Lunatic Vendetta, the new skill at level 100. Game's Beams of Lunacy can be recast, can only be used after the High Priestess Uptright activates, so she needs to be swapped in order to use this. Boost to Waterlight's defensive specs based on moon phases. Echo based on the phases of the moon. And they buffed her passive. 1k supplemental damage to water allies per turn passed up to 10k at 10 turns. On top of the attack going from 20 to 30 and the defense going from 40 to 50. It's not that big of a buff, but it's still really, really nice. When switching to main ally, Thora, water allies gain full moon, can be reactivated for 3 turns. 3 turns plus the CA extensions. Wait, how does this change now? Because it used to be just 1 turn for the full moon. So full moon is going to be at 3 turns, from 3 to 0. Basically full moon extended for 3 turns. With a full moon break, the full moon buff is now 7 turns. That's actually quite amazing. "10% echo, 10% cap, plus 5 cat. Another defense up, 5 damage lowered, 40% echo." Yeah, Wednesday you want to fight? Because I think this is going to be, if not required, almost required for the United fight. I will really need to go back and check my mats. Yes, all these buffs here, especially full moon can be upcapped. Yeah, this is something I will likely want for both the 150s and 200s. And whatever mats I've been farming until now are very likely just going to be rerouted to Hacelia at this point. Are you aiming for top 2k? Oh no, absolutely not. I'm aiming to slack. I'm probably just going to do the same thing I've been doing for the past few Guild Wars, aim for like 2.1 to 2.5 billions and stop at around that range. What did Burger get? Okay, 1 turn cut to skill cooldowns. Right upon the start, 3% echo, double strike. 3 up. That doesn't sound too bad either. 9 turns should be going down maybe to 8 or 7. So 3 turns uptime, 7. A couple of turns downtime shouldn't be too bad. At the end of the turn, when Geisenberger's HP is at 1, gain Assassin. At the end of the turn though, we'll need to check if this is counted before or after the end of turn healing happens. because leaving him at 1 HP might be a bit too difficult. Also, hold on a second, I think I cut a bit too much from here. Yeah, no wonder I was off. Stackable damage kept up upon taking damage also doesn't look that bad, but you need allies to actually take damage. And with like Grandira and Boger substituting, not sure how often this is going to happen. 3 turns Divinity, but he gets that on charge attack too. I guess a bit more uptime doesn't hurt. Doesn't look too stellar though. And of course the 70% echo if you have the shooting of the star. He still looks okay. If you can maybe do the 4 strikes on double strike, the 4 attacks on double strike. It's just that even if you wanted to try and use him for burst, who would he substitute? Because pretty sure he's not going to substitute either Halloween Flores nor Nehan. Maybe replace Halloween Mugen with him, but Halloween Mugen also brings more damage amplified. Yeah, heal gets counted first before any scene buff applies. So yeah, this might be a little bit difficult. It's also only 1 time, so it doesn't get the full effect even if it does get the double strike. I don't know, he looks okay, but he also looks like a character I'm not too interested in leveling up at the moment. I think if anything, the next one is going to be Haser. And I will probably have to hurry as well. Because with those sort of buffs, Haser is going to be absolutely amazing for the next United fight. Not to mention the fact that she also heals. Let's see, how far away are we? Maria Theresa in shambles? Yeah, poor girl. And here I was trying to level this thing up as well. Ah, this is just 1 star. Yeah, I'm afraid from here until the United fight, this is going to be really, really tough for me. Yeah, already can't even do the second star here. I was preparing something else as well. This game is done, Nier I've been working on, but not too much. I was kind of planning to go for Throw, but at this point, yeah, no. I'm going to need to make a new list here. And go check all the mats again. Just again, idea ungated. Details of a current event should be here soon, so yeah. Hopefully that's going to happen before the United fight. But even if it does, that should only be for the very last materials needed. I do not want to wait until the very last day to do this. Haven't done Sandbox since KMFLB. I'm afraid me neither. I think I've done a little bit trying to prepare for a Starbriola, but in the end I just gave up before the United fight. Now you just found the newest zone? I'm actually not sure, because the newest zone has very mixed loot. If you want to farm for one specific evoker, you might be better off farming the second area. Wait, where are the weapons? Nis Hase is a living cry 150 gold moon weapon now. You called it a problem? That might be the one thing that actually saves water. Okay, so 2 star and cap has to go under the unfilled. These get deleted. Domains, how many domains do I have? I think I did try to pick a couple of domains, but I'm not sure how much I've leveled her up already. Oh, only one. And I guess I'm stuck at 2. I'm going to need the weapon. So this goes down to white as well. This hurts so much. Okay, your quartz Ventus lusters, these have to be changed to aqua luster. Temperance Veritas into Moon Veritas. Metis Fragments, Wind Verum Proof into Water Verum Proof. And I really hope this is only changing things in this column, as if it's not. Yeah, it's not. Damn it. There should have been an option, yeah, just for column. Oh, they're stupid now. Cow plus Hase gives like 50% damage cap boost on stack and top. Normal reaching 2.5 millions with echoes ranging from 70 to 30% for 3 sets. 2.5 million initial damage with echo, 18 hit sets of echoes per 3. Jesus Christ. It's a bit of a shame that that weapon is going to have to wait for like a year, if not 2. Yes, even though it sounds really, really fun, it's also way too early for me to even be thinking about 150 gold moon weapons outside of like the Ereshki goal. Okay, current selection only, there we go. Ventus Luster into Aqua Luster. Temperance into Moon. And once we're done with all of this list, we can cry about the amount of materials required to farm. Metis Fragments, always the same. Wind Verum Proof has to go to water. Find all, replace all. And Windborn Astra into Aquaborn Astra. Find all. And replace all. What else do we have in here? Moon Ideans from Temperance.
フェクションフランベ。お姉様がお待ち。アフェクションフランベ。
Find all, replace all. Again, if you guys want the Excel sheet, just let me know. Oh, konbanwa. Kochirakoso konbanwa. I'll be grabbing Barrage 2 unless the Gold Moon Harp is good for the new Subiechel tier raid. I still don't know what I want to do with those weapons, because some of them are far too good and apparently some of them can also be used in Magna. I want to see what comes out of the Diaspora tier raids as well. There might be a very small chance that I might want to grab the Earth one if it makes farming Diaspora a little bit more comfortable. Okay, we're down to the Ideans. And that should be it outside of the 5-star cap. 5-star cap wants Abyssal Tragedy and Bellator Fragments. Iwia Jewel to Wamdus. Veritas Gale Rock. Yeah, Gale Rock should be changed into the Abyssal Tragedy. This is the dragon material. Celsus into Bellator. And the 3 Eternity Sands. These are going to be a pretty damn big hit, because I currently only have 5, and I'm still unsure on whom I want to spend them on. The sword already makes Diaspora comfortable. I will have to check and see. Yes, it's between Ereshkigal, the sword, the water gun, or one of the new hyper limiteds. But I still have time to pick. That's the thing. I want to check the Halloween and the Christmas hyper limiteds, and maybe like next year, around February, I can pick and choose one of the weapons. We're also going to go through another couple of roulettes, so by the end of the next anniversary, I should be somewhere around the 250-ish gold moons. For the domain skills, I think I need to go back to Hacelia herself. Genesis Water Aurora Haze gets changed into Chaotic Haze. Sephira Stones, in here we have Water Urns. Water Verum, Aquaborn, Chaotic, Sephira. Grimnir goes to Europa. Moon, Aquaborn, Moon, Bellator, and Sephira Stones, that tracks. Abyssal Tragedy, Aqualuster, Moon Veritas, Aquaborn, Moon, Bellator, Sephira Stone also tracks. the 5-star cap isn't actually listed on the wiki, it seems.
決意を見せてください。
Oh no, it's up here. Evolite, 50 Gospels of Analepsis. These materials don't really worry me, these are just the ones that you can find. In the last area. Aqualuster, Sidra Stone, and Ruby. For skill, sounds fine. So this goes to Hase. And now that the list is complete, it's time to cry.
刺激をお望みですか？金河神殿。アフェクションフランベ。お姉様がお待ちです。
Can I actually push this? Not really. Don't have enough horse, way ahead of you post. You mean when it comes to the crying? Yes, yeah, this is kind of sort of legit scary at this point. Let me move this down a little bit.
今の私には全てが見える。姿を隠したって無駄よ。射抜いてみせる。その心臓を。
By the way, I did ask a long time ago, do you have another fun nickname for your YouTube channel, mostly called you Post? No, Post is fine. I usually go by Post or SF online, but whatever works, works.
万物たがわずバレンタインは終わりません。もう恐れたりしない。お姉様がお待ちです。
Okay, New World Quartz, 394. Aqualusters, 19. And there has to be something wrong because it's not summing things properly. Because it's picking stuff from the wrong list, okay. And it's picking stuff from the other list down there. You have to go here, you have to go here, you have to go here, you have to go here. There we go. Now everything is set up properly. You're not farming Paladin Shields and Rose Queen for distinctions? Not sure. Paladin Shields I'm surely not farming. It's something I will have to get to eventually, but it hasn't been a focus for me for a while. And Rose Queen for distinction is also something I haven't touched. Usually whenever I needed distinctions, I always bought them with pendants. 19 Aqualusters out of 280. This is already enough to make my blood freeze. Where are the Veritas? This is Astra. I really wish there was some sort of search function in here. Scrolling through this entire list is always a bit of a pain. This is Moonidean. And Moonidean it's only 122 out of 440 needed. Bellator Fragments is 65. Oh, at least it looks like I'm fun when it comes to Bellator. 65 out of 60. 2 Evolites, so I'm fine in here too. Kautikei 720. Aquaboard Astra 219. Still need a crap ton of these as well. Sivira Stone almost 900. That's fine too. Water Baron Proof almost 1000, but these have never been an issue. That's Tower, that's Moonderitas, 185. Oh god, 185 out of 630. Yeah, trying to get this thing ready for the United fight is going to be really painful. And these are just host mats. This is the Gospels, got 5. But these two should not be that big of a deal. Let's see, Wamdu's drops. Abyss of Tragedy, 35. 35 out of 60. But these can be farmed by one-shotting, so it's fine. Wamdu's Jewel, 355, so this is fine. This is more than 5 already. What's left? Nice Fragments, not an issue. Verdant Azurite. What the hell is Verdant Azurite? Oh, I think it might be the Grand Order material. Yeah, down to 14. I've spent a lot of these just for the... trying to get to the summon the other Manatura from the alchemy. What's left are the Europa Anima. I should be fine on that front too. Right, there should be Europa Anima in here. Must have forgotten to add them. Still, it should not be that difficult. Found that stuff while drop rate up. Which stuff? For every 5, 10 D6 outside of Magfest, the drop rate is super low. Oh, you mean the Wandus? Yeah, I'm going to have to try and farm that too, even for sands. Even though sands are very, very rare to get. And one ideas. This looks like a pretty damn scary list. Farm that stuff outside of Magnafest, burned around 300 berries, only got around 10 to 30. Yeah, especially during Magnafest I will have to farm them a little bit more, because I do want the host materials as well. When it comes to the new Diaspora tier weapons, if I can't buy myself the 150 gold moon weapon, I will be stuck doing my daily hosts. So I will need as many materials as possible. Don't forget, the Solo Dragon 6 quest also helps, but I can't really one-shot that, at least not with Earth. I will likely have to try and set something up for full auto. Yeah, Lusters, Veritas, Ideans, Astra. This is going to be really, really painful to try and farm. Okay, is there any chance? Nah, even if we could do some Archival skips, we'll be locked by the fights anyway. Where does it say? Oh, 1.1. Almost done already. 300k honors left. It's actually not bad. Looks like I will need to farm more for badges. But if it's just badges, I can go down to one-shot in one of the lower difficulty raids. Okay, well, we found the other 300k in here. There's something I've left a little bit behind, which is the Fate episode for one of my favorite blondes. It's good? Yeah, I know it's good. I've seen her sister. I expect it to be good. And it should be the time has come. Is this readable or do I swap it to Windows?
そのはずだが、それにしてもまさか私がバッヘン派の人間を保護することになるとは。
Mulling over the current situation, Razia recalls the conversation she had when she received the mission. Swapping would be better.
騎士団長から命令書が届いてな。
なあ、ごつい槍の姉ちゃん、待ち合わせ場所。
ああ、それにしても。
バッヘン派の離反者の保護？
ああ、騎士団長から命令書が届いてな。
Razia furrows her brow as she shows Dancho and the crew the letter. Certain members of the Vahen sect of the Zern faith wishes to escape. You are hereby ordered to make contact with these members and assure their safe passage to our country. I expect favorable results.
おいおい、確かバッヘン派ってごつい槍の姉ちゃんの仇の。
ああ。
One thing I would expect now is also the explanation for the differences between the two Zayn sects. Because we met another Zayn sect in the Second World during the main story.
だが、正式な命令である以上、拒否するわけにはいかん。何より、これは父と妹の行方を知るチャンスでもあるんだ。バッヘン派の離反者ということは、まず間違いなく父や妹のことを知っているだろう。そしてその行方も。
A look of pain mars Razia's face as she thinks about placing her enemy under protection in exchange for information about her family. Dancho and the crew look at her with concern.
父と妹を見つける。そして私自身の手で決着をつける。これは私にとって何よりも優先すべきことだ。だからこそ、
今日もいいお天気ですね。
だからこそ私はこの任務を成功させねばならん。だから団長、私に力を貸してくれ。
And of course we will. Expression grave, Dancho nods in a show of support for Razia.
私一人では何かあった時に護送相手を守りきれるかどうかが怪しい。だが団長たちが一緒であれば。
頭を上げてください。そんなことしなくてもちゃんと協力しますから。それに約束しましたよね。ラスティナさんの力になるって。
すまない。恩に着る。
まあ、ごつい槍の姉ちゃんを一人にするといろいろと危なっかしいからな。縄に絡まって動けなくなったり敵に捕まったりよ。
殺せ。そんな生温かい目で見られるぐらいなら死んだ方がマシだ。
This meme is never going to die. The crew lets out a small chuckle, and so they begin heading to the designated location written in the letter.
それにしても待ち合わせの人全然来ませんね。
ああ、これは測られたか。だが
Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream cuts the crew's conversation short. The crew looks at each other in shock before running to the source of the voice. Moments later, Dancho and company arrive at the scene. They find the woman unconscious on the ground, while others desperately try to fend off a man with a knife. Oh, new art!
バッヘン派を裏切った罪、その身であがない。
させるか。
Razia hosts her cannon lance on her shoulder, points it behind her, and squeezes the trigger. Behind her? The powerful blast rocks Razia forward, hurling her in the direction of the man. She's straight out of Monster Hunter. I know that rocket jump. It should have been me. As the two collide, the sound of the impact fills the air. The man flies backward and his body lodges into the wall behind him. We gotta help.
そうでした。
おい、ごつい槍の姉ちゃん、無事か？
ああ、大丈夫だ。怪我もない。それよりも男の捕獲を頼む。
I mean, she's a living airbag, of course she's going to be fine. Especially considering the way they already explained how the physics work here in Granblue.
ドジ？何を言っている？
何って、さっき弾を暴発させて吹っ飛んじまっただろ？
あれはドジではない。あれは私が訓練の末に身につけた重包装の新しい使い方だ。
おいおい、冗談は。
冗談ではない。
Razia locks eyes with the member of the crew. The crew stares back at her in complete bewilderment as they realize she's being completely serious.
いやいや、何考えてんだよ。危なすぎんだろ。
そうですよ。木とかにぶつかったらどうするんですか？
問題ない。ちゃんと訓練で物にしたからな。
でも
話は後にしよう。今はそれよりも優先することがある。
Razia ends the conversation before walking over to the stunned
立て
woman.
るか？
はい。それと助けていただき
Oh,
ありがとう
must
ござい
be
ます。
the one we're going to have to protect.
気にしなくていい。それよりも一つ尋ねたい。お前がバッヘン派からの離反者か？
なぜ？
I
そこ
mean,
の気絶している男がバッヘン派を裏切った罪をどうとかと言っていたからな。
come on, don't lag on me. This is now going to play 2 or 3 voice lines back to back. I'm the knight who was assigned to protect you. I've come to pick you up. Let's sort the others are waiting, so it's not just her. 2 gunshots ring out and both the woman and the man collapse, bleeding profusely. Spinning around, the crew faces the direction of the bullets. They spy a few Bahen sect members perched on the rooftop with rifles aiming directly at them. Razia points her cannon lens at the enemy and pulls the trigger. And there are no more rooftops.
やったのか？
わからん。だが少なくとも狙撃は阻止した。
なんであの人たちは味方の人まで。
口封じだろうな。自分たちの所在の秘匿と離反者たちの居場所を私たちに教えないための。それよりも今は
騎士様、これを。
Mastering the last of her strength, the woman hands over a single piece of paper to Razia.
これは
A map of Master's location.
同志様の
And the game is lagging so hard that not only it's skipping voice lines, I think it's skipping art too. I don't think this is supposed to be all white.
それがお前たちのリーダーか。
はい、私たちは求道士様のおかげでバヘン派の行いが間違いだと気づきました。求道士様ですか。
もういい、喋るな。すぐに手当てを。
As Razia attempts to treat the wound, the woman grabs her hand to stop her.
私はバヘン派としてさまざまな罪を犯しました。これはその罰だからいいのです。
And I can't even refresh, because if I refresh we start from the start.
求道士様、
Rest in peace, Bahen Defector. Must save this master, it's the least that we can do. The crew pour over the map to figure out the master's location before heading off. According to the map, it should be right here. Danjo and the crew find themselves standing in front of a ravaged house. Are you being serious right now? Oh, I can go back. Okay, this is very good to know. If the game bugs out, you can just click on the text log and go back to where you wanted to be. The voice lines are still not playing though.
お前の最後の願い、求道士とやらは確かに聞き届けた。
私はバヘン派として
行こう、団長。
さまざまな罪を
地図によるとこ
ました。
こですね。
You skip and you script, but I want to read the Fate episode. If I skip and I reload this, we go back to the very beginning.
遅かったか。
おい、どうす。
And more screaming.
まだ生き残りがいるのか。行くぞ、団長。
Razia grips her cannon lance as she breaks into the house. But as soon as she moves, her feet trip over the doorstep, causing her to fall forward.
ラスティナさん、大丈夫？
Ah, Typical. Unable to withstand the weight of the fall, the floorboards underneath Razia begin splintering. Is there no end to her bad luck? The floorboards collapse, sending Razia down into the basement.
まさか床をもろくしていたとは。さすがはバッヘン派、姑息な手を使う。それよりもここは早く生き残りを助けねば。
The knight slowly stands up, her head smarting with pain from the fall. But as her eyes begin to adjust to the darkness, she recognizes the woman in front of her. The throb in her head is quickly replaced by shock. And at this point, I think there are many more things throbbing around here.
アルフィアナ。
There, years after the fateful day where Razia's family disappeared, stands her younger sister. And at this point, there's only one question in our mind. Playable when?
お前がここにいるということは父も。いや、だがここにいるのはバッヘン派の離反者のはずだ。そうなるとアルフィは、いやだがあの父がアルフィを離すとは。一体何がどうなっている。バッヘン派の中で何が起きているのだ。
Post I swear all these songs I'm choosing are by coincidence. Are we sure about that? Thoughts begin racing uncontrollably through Razia's mind. She clutches her head, feeling overwhelmed.
まさかまだ仲間がいたとはな。まあいい。弓道士様以外は全員殺せ。
Razia turns around to face the voice. Grabbing her weapon, she watches carefully as Bahen members begin surrounding them.
私のことは構いません。だからあなたは逃げ。
Oh, that's a pretty cute voice.
やっとお前を見つけたんだ。安心しろ。多勢に無勢ではあるが勝機がないわけではない。団長たちならば必ず私を追ってきてくれるはずだ。団長たちの助力が認めら
Now, do we even know who her
決して
VA
悪い
is?
状況ではない。
Because she sounds really, really cute.
それにこの程度の逆境には慣れているからな。
We have the Dere Dere, now to our Tsundere. Razia smiles at Alpiana before hoisting her weapon. In the blink of an eye, vines erupt from the ground and bind the Bahen members.
無事か。
団長たちか。すまない。助かった。
こっちこそ遅くなってごめんなさい。地下室の入り口がなかなか見つからなくて。
Oh no, they presented her, but it's not written who the... Well, it's written, but it's not in the description who the VA is. Can anyone into moon runes? And the audio bugged again.
バッヘン派の信徒たちだ。
この人たちは
まさか陽動だったとは。天井をぶち抜いて一人で現れた時点で陽動を警戒しておくべきだったか。
Divine members glared daggers at Dancho and the crew. And just 1 second, I'm picking it back up again.
オイラたちは転んで床を壊して地下に落ちていったごつい槍の姉ちゃんを探しに来ただけだぜ。
あと弓道士さんという人を助けに来ただけです。
冗談も休み休みに言え。
Let's see if I can use the translate from the phone here.
そんなドジな人間がいるわけないだろうが。
いや、そう言われても実際その通りだしよ。なあ、ごつい槍の姉ちゃん。
嘘ではないのか。
殺せ。そのように見られるぐらいなら死んだ方がマシだ。
まさか暗部の精鋭たる我らがこんなドジなムス。
うるさい。
それでこれからどうしましょうか。
100% hate kanji. I think I have the VA here.
ここにいるとバッヘン派の仲間たちが来る可能性もあるからな。アルフィーもそれでいいな。
アルフィーさんですか。アルフィアナと申します。
Hiraku Akao,
助けていただきありがとうござい
born
ま
in
した。
1995. Let's see. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon as Luluna?
あなたは私の名前を知っておられるのでしょうか。それに
Actually, haven't heard of any of these other anime in here.
もしかしてどこかでお会いした方。
GR MK23 in Girls
何を言ってい
Frontline.
る。私のことがわからない。
Valkyrie Megelida in Seven Deadly Sins. Bubble in Arknights. And Koharu from Blue Archive.
待て、アルフィ
Okay, Koharu from Blue Archive.
ー、もしかして
はい。
Yeah, that's the one character I know from here.
ですのであなたが誰かもわからなくて。
And Koharu is also pretty damn cute.
そうか。
So we'll see how things evolve. There's always that very small chance that she actually becomes playable.
私はお前の姉のラスティナだ。
おいおい、姉ってことはこの姉ちゃんは。
ああ、父と共に行方知らずになっていた私の妹だ。そしてどうやらアルフィーが私たちの探していた弓道士らしい。
Dancho and the crew look back and forth between Razia and Althena with incredulous expressions on their faces.
嘘です。お姉様は国に処刑されて死んだとお父様から聞いています。お父様があのようなことを起こしたその責任を取らされて、だからお姉様が生きているはずがありません。
She's gonna be a standard healer unit for
そ
Earth?
のようなことが書いてあったな。
How much copium am you
私は
smoking?
こうして生きている。
I think I can start. I think I can smell it from here.
信じられません。
Oh, and she's blind. The distrust and animosity are evident on Anstina's face. Razia furrows her brow as a
そう言わ
loss.
れてもな。私が私である証明など どうすれば。
家族しか知らない思い出の話をするなんていうのはどうでしょうか。
ふむ、家族しか知らない思い出か。そうだな。
The knight pauses as she sifts through her memories.
アルフィーは私とは違い、ドジでさ。ドレスを着る際、
Sorry, what was
ハイヒールを履くの
that?
だが、アルフィーが
Unlike
履くと
B? Are you
必ず総踏んで
serious?
転ぶのだ。
Who the hell is talking? Look at who the hell is talking.
だから母にハイヒールを履くなと言命
And
され
it
てい
looks
た
like
な。
clumsiness runs in the family at this point.
そういえばドレスの試着中に転んで紐が体中に絡まり身動きが取れなくなったこともあったか。
She isn't clumsy, she just has bad luck. Beatrix has bad luck. This is a whole other level.
幼い頃川で転んだ際、その口に魚が入って溺れかけたことがあってな。それ以来魚が怖い、魚に復讐されると言って魚が食べられなくなったんだ。
なんでそのことを。まさか本当にお姉様なんですか。
ああ、
God, that voice is so sweet.
そう言っているだろ。
With tears rolling down her cheeks, Alfina throws herself at Razia, embracing her tightly.
お姉様。
Dancho and the crew watch from a distance as the tender reunion unfolds. The crew takes Alfina back with them to the Grand Cipher. They hastily depart the island in order to escape from further Bahan attacks. That evening, Razia stands on the deck of the airship alone, embracing the evening breeze.
一体父は何を考えているんだ。
Questions rise in Razia's head as she thinks back to the conversation she had earlier with Alfina.
アルフィー、一つ聞きたいことがある。
So it's not the father who's the master. The father is staying behind as the head of the Bahen.
一体何があった。
Come on with the voice lines. I hate that the game has been so slow lately. I really hope they're going to patch this thing out. Even though my country fights against the Zayans, you still requested protection from us. That alone tells me this isn't any ordinary situation. But I just don't understand why Father would have willingly let you go. That's a lot, but I'll tell you everything that I know. Father is directly connected to all of
私
this.
の国は全教と敵対している。
And now they play.
だという何かが起きているのは理解できる。お前は私の国に保護を求めた。何より
そうですね。
あの父がお前を手放す。
Alfiana straightens her back and takes a deep breath.
お父様、お姉様や団長様たちはバッヘン派の目的が何か、それを知っていますか？
ああ、ごつい槍の姉ちゃんから聞いたぜ。過去を変えることだろ。
そのために過去を変える遺産っていうのを探しているんですよね。その通りです。そしてバッヘン派はついにその過去を変える遺産を、正確には過去を変える遺産の残骸ですが、それを発見しました。
実在したというのか。
でもよ、残骸ってどういうことだ？
一緒に見つかった星の民の文書によれば、遺産は何かを複製する過程で生まれた失敗作、それを改造したものだそうです。ですが、何らかの理由から星の民自身の手で破壊され廃棄されたと、そう記載されていました。その後、バッヘン派は遺産の修復を試みましたが、それは失敗に終わりました。そんな時です。とある組織から申し出がありました。遺産のデータと引き換えに技術提供と技術協力をしてもいいと。
おいおい、めちゃくちゃ怪しくねえかそれ。
はい。ですが、バッヘン派はその条件を飲みました。その結果、遺産の修復は劇的に進み、ついには完全修復のめどすら立ったのです。ですが、それがバッヘン派に崩壊をもたらしました。
どうしてですか？遺産の修復は順調だったんですよね。
遺産の使い方に関してバッヘン派内で意見が分かれ、争いが起きたのですよ。その結果、お父様の派閥が勝利し、そこに属さない者たちは皆捕まりました。私も含めて。
待て、お前は父の派閥に属していたのではないのか？
形式上は属していましたが、お父様の考えに。いえ、バッヘン派の考えに賛同したことは一度もありません。だから反逆したのです。派閥争いを利用すればバッヘン派を解体できるのではないか、そう考えて。ですが、私は失敗しました。そのせいで多くの仲間たちが捕まって命を。
Alfiana trains off, unable to finish her sentence. As Dancho and the crew watch, they think back to the time when those Bahen members were desperately trying to protect Alfiana.
その後、私は牢に幽閉され罰を受けました。
もしかしてその目は。
はい。罰として魔法か何かで視力を奪われたのです。
反逆の罪にしては随分とぬるい罰だな。バッヘン派なら。いや、父が止めたのか？
はい。私を指して、バッヘン派の宿願を叶えるために絶対に必要な存在だ。だから殺すな、傷つけるな、そう皆に言って。
そういえばさっきの追っ手もアルフィーだけは殺すなと言っていたな。
つまりバッヘン派にとってこの姉ちゃんは大切な存在ってことか？
ああ、それも極めて重要な。
その後、私はしばらく牢に幽閉されていましたが、生き残った仲間たちに助け出されて。
そして私の国に保護を求めたわけか。
はい。あの国ならバッヘン派であってもそう簡単には手を出せない、そう思いましたので。
Well, and she ended up on the Grand Cipher, where the Vahen are pretty surely not going to be able to come. Send a letter reporting the details to my leader. Diva Hand may try to pull something dirty against my country. Razia nods and hurries back into the room. Come on, Granblue.
とりあえず事情は分かった。それと今聞いた話は最悪私のローカル派の連中に手紙で伝えておく。私の国に仕掛けてくるかもしれないからな。アルフィ
It's always a mess like this.
大丈夫なのか？
はい、杖がありますから。
そうか。というかどうして私がここにいると分かったんだ？
ティコ様とソフィア様のところに行った後、団長様たちが案内をしてくれまして。
あの二人のところに？ああ、もしかして目を見てもらったのか？
はい、団長様たちが念のため見てもらった方がいいとおっしゃったので。
それで
やはり視力を封じる魔法がかけられているようです。目自体は何の問題もないとのことでした。
ならその魔法が解ければ。
Yeah, if they just undo the magic, she's going to go back to Cien. And then she's going to become playable. Hello Invictus, welcome.
それはよかった。
A sense of relief watches over Razia and she listens to Alfiana.
お姉様に一つお願い事があるのですが。
ん？なんだ？
その
Nice multitasking as always.
手を握っても。
This is a Fate episode I just had to read.
そんなことか。
After bringing her to level 100, that was just all more the reason. Razia smiles and takes Alfiana's hand, giving it a gentle squeeze.
お姉様。
アルフィ？
Alfiana goes into an apology. At the same time, a bright light envelops Razia's mind eye. Visions?
アルフィ、今何をした？
少しだけお姉様の過去を見させていただきました。
過去？何を言って？
聞いたことはありませんか？全円鏡の中には過去を見る不思議な力があると。
ああ、知って。
I don't really like defense characters. She's not that defensive at least. The defense buff is really nice for endgame raids, and she looks like she can still dish out a pretty decent amount of damage.
お姉様の過去を少しだけ見させていただいたのです。
I was very surprised to bring her against Wamdus and see her deal as much damage as Octo 150.
今のお姉様のお顔を一目でいいから見てみたくて。
Like, if you have her, give her a try. She's a little bit niche, she's not a great generalist unit, but she's still pretty good.
そうですね。人の過去を夢のような形で見ることができる。そんな力だと思ってください。
ふむ。
それと私が見た過去はお姉様が私を助けてくれた場面とずっと昔二人で遊んでいた頃の場面、その二つだけです。他は見ていませんから。そのお姉様にも見られたくない、知られたくない過去はあると思いますし。
Just Lappering Kanga?
それにしても過去を見る力
Yeah, she turned out to be quite okay.
実在するとは聞いていたが、まさか本物を目にするとはな。
And I guess at least for me, she's going to be a pretty fixed spot in my diaspora team. She's always been one of my favorites, and I'm really glad she finally got something.
それに過去を見ることができたところで現在には何の影響も与えられませんし
I think I'll never reach damage close to your level. Dude, I'm basically free to play. Everything I have, you can get.
でも偽物を探すには便利ですよ
And it's probably not even that difficult, because there are mechanics in play to help you gain more power level.
覚えているかお前が母の形見のハンカチを落として
If you go watch the video, there's also the grids in there. You can just copy whatever is in there.
はいお姉様が徹夜で一緒に探してくれたんですよね
ああ結局ポケットに入ったまま洗濯していたというオチだったがな
それは言わないでください
Fiona covers her face with her hands as her cheeks turn pink. Nostalgia fills Razia's heart and she looks fondly at her little sister.
随分と変わったと思っていた
Ah, they're adorable.
変わってない部分もあるんだな
Asset, if you don't mind, can you give me a tip or two so I don't do something incredibly dumb in Honkai Impact? Sure, ask away.
でもよかったですお姉様のお顔を見れて
なんだまだ疑っていたのか
疑うというよりも不安だったんです私の知っているお姉様と今のお姉様が違いすぎて
Are there very rare items that I'm not supposed to use? I think there is a banner you are not supposed to roll on, which is the dorm one.
私に聞かせてはもらえませんか
But other than that, I can't really think of anything
大した
else.
話じゃない父と全員
Maybe watch out for the Honkai cores. It's pink cube-shaped items that are used to uncap weapons. Like, maybe keep an eye out for those even if they're not really that rare.
それだけだ
Very deep within her words is a strong sense of hatred and resentment. A chill runs down Afiana's spine as the coldness of Razia's words reaches her ears.
復讐ですか昔のお姉様には似合わない言葉ですね
そうかもしれんなだが変わったのはアルフィーも同じだろおとなしく聞き分けの良かったお前が獅子心中の虫となって父に反逆するとはな聞いた時は本当に驚いたぞ
国を出てからずっとお父様と馬兵派と一緒に遺産を探す旅をしていたんですそしてその道中馬兵派が目的のために非道なことをするのを何度も見てきましたその度に私は馬兵派の行いは間違っていると父に訴え止めようとしま
So
した
there isn't really a way to ruin my account, maybe slow down the progress a bit if I upgrade the wrong
私で
weapon?
は止められなかった
I don't think so.
お父様に
Because the good weapons you get, you will know when you get them.
届かなかっただから
そうか立場は違えど父を止めたいその思いは一緒だったわけだ
ですねお姉様はこれからどうなさるおつもりですか
決まっている私自身の手で馬兵派との父との決着をつけるたとえこの手を肉親の血で汚すことになってもな
そうですか
アルフィー お前はどうするつもりだ？もし肉親同士の争いを見たくない、そういうのなら。
いえ、私もお姉様と一緒にお父様を止めます。それが私にできるせめてもの償いですから。
分かった。ならば二人で父を止めよう。
はい。
Alfiana gives a determined nod. And with this fateful reunion spawning a heavy conversation, Razia's vow to end things has only strengthened even more. This was before the uncap, then we've got the end of the chase. Before this though, there might be one item you should try not to spend too much of. It's a green 8, kind of like an infinite thing, and that's used to craft stigmata in the shop. I think I might have burned a bit too many of those without knowing what they actually were, and I've ended up hampering my progress when it comes to crafting the free-to-play stigmata. Maybe watch out for those, because in order to craft the endgame stuff, things get really, really pricey. Other than that though, I really wouldn't know what to say. Just don't spend rolls on the standard banner, and that's about it.
報告は以上です。
The crew takes Alfiana to Razia's country. Parting ways with the Skyfarers temporarily, Razia and Alfiana proceed to meet with the head of her order.
なるほど。そのようなことが。まずは、ご苦労だった。聖騎士ラスティナ。それと、
The captain turns towards Alfiana.
我が国へようこそ。いや、よく帰ってきたと言うべきか。アルフィアナ城。
この度は保護していただきありがとうございます。
Alfiana lowers her head gratefully in front of the captain.
さて、アルフィアナ城。最初に一つ確認をさせてもらう。我が国に保護を求める。それがどういう意味を持つかは理解しているか？
全員教と敵対する、そういうことでしょう。重々分かっております。ですがこれだけは言わせてください。私は全員教そのものが悪だとは今も思っておりません。
ほう。
しかしバッヘン派に関しては悪だとそう思っております。そしてこれ以上バッヘン派による犠牲者を出したくないとも。
それはつまり我が国に保護されていながら全員教そのものと争うつもりはない。だがバッヘン派に関しては別だ。そう言いたいのか？
その通りです。
ではもう一つ尋ねよう。バッヘン派と争うということは父親と戦うということだ。アルフィアナ城にその覚悟はあるか？
なければ父に反逆などいたしません。
Alfiana answers with firm resolve in her voice. The captain lets out a chuckle while looking at her determined expression.
本当に姉とそっくりだな。
お姉様とですか？
ああ、かつてのラスティナもお前と同じ顔をしていた。いいだろう。ではアルフィアナ城の処遇についてだ。聖騎士ラスティナ。
Razia straightens up and salutes.
お前に新たな命令を伝える。アルフィアナ城と行動を共にし、その動きを常に監視せよ。そして我らを裏切るような素振りを少しでも見せたのなら、その時はお前自身の手で始末をつける。
私にアルフィアナのことを任せてくださるのですか？
不服か？
いえ、そのようなことは。ですが、いいのですか？私とアルフィアナは血縁です。もし私が妹にほだされたりしたら。
冗談も休み休み言え。お前がバッヘン派にほだされることなど絶対にありえん。お前の心の奥底で今も燃え続けている憎悪という名の暗い炎、その強さを私は誰よりも知っているのだからな。アルフィアナ城、情報提供に関しては感謝する。
The current banner should be new characters, right? I hope I have enough time to reroll for her. Oh, don't bother rerolling. It's really not worth it. You should get more than enough rolls at the beginning of the game to roll for whoever. When it comes to the banner though, I'm actually not sure. Because the new character that was just released has been Sela, I think. And her banner is passed. If you want to do something nice, probably save rolls and roll for the vampire that's coming out on the 20th.
姉のことを思うなら変な行動はするな。そういうことですね。
その通りだ。
承知いたしました。
寛大な措置感謝いたします、騎士団長。
Razia bows her head deeply in front of the captain, feeling overcome with emotion. The captain turns away as if to avoid looking at her.
礼はいらん。これも我が国の安全のためだ。それに家族愛というものは。
Terry? Yeah, probably better to just wait for her. I don't even know what's on rate up right now. But these should be rerun banners.
もう行ってよい。
失礼します。
The sisters bow their heads before exiting the room.
お、戻ってきたか。報告はどうだったんだ？おいおい、ごつい槍の姉ちゃんが監視役って本当に大丈夫なのかよ。
任せておけ。
なんていうか、おいら不安しかねえんだが。
大丈夫ですよ。私たちも一緒なんですから。
まあそれもそうか。あとはごつい槍の姉ちゃんがドジしねえかどうかだな。
私はドジではない。それにドジという意味では私よりもアルフィーの方が問題だぞ。
お姉様？
いや、そうだろう。父や母もアルフィーはドジだと言っていたではないか。
あれはお姉様よりはマシだと言っていたのです。
Razia and Alfiana start bickering about who's the clumsier one between them. The crew can't help but feel anxious as they watch this scene unfold.
本当に大丈夫なんだろうな。
大丈夫ですよ、多分。
だといいんだけどな。
Dancho shrugs and gives a defeated smile.
いいか。それでごつい槍の姉ちゃん、これからどうするんだ
？Try to search for the current banner Yonkai Impact while I find the Star Rail. Yeah, sadly that happens when they share a name. And apparently Star Rail is the more famous of the two.
今、上で今後の方針を考えているのだろう。あとはそれ次第だな。
お姉様、
But you should start
も
with
し時間がある
a
のでしたら、
72,
ところがあるのですが。
either a 72 or a 90 days banner that's going to stay there for a very long time, which should have Platinus Equinox and I think Elysia as the Herrscher of Humanigo.
考えてみれば
Might be a good idea to put on that banner as well,
あの時
because both of those characters are actually really good, even if they're both on their way to being replaced.
この時間なら母の好きだったお菓子も買えるだろうしな。団長たちはどうする？別行動をとっても。
Tag along.
だな。それに何かあった時、ごつい槍の姉ちゃんだけじゃ不安だからな。
あとラスティナさんのお母さんにもご挨拶しておきたいですし。
Dancho nods in agreement.
そうか。では
Oh,
共に行くとしよう。
that's something you can do. Go on YouTube and look for Marisa Onkai. She usually does meta videos, meta analysis, and she lists which characters are the current meta ones. Might want to give a look at that so you can decide which of the free characters you can buy from this shop, since a lot of these supports are very free-to-play friendly. This way you only need to roll for a few damage dealers and you're going to be fine. The crew agrees on paying a visit to Razia's mother's grave. Before they go to the cemetery, they decide to stop in town to purchase some gifts. Got it, thank you very much. Oh, don't mention it.
それじゃあ
The staff member gives a warm smile before handing a bag of sweets over to the Dancho.
なんで団長に渡す？
ラスティナちゃんに渡したらお墓に行くまでに転んでボロボロになっちゃうもの。
Even the staff knows. Even the merchants in her own town are clowning on her. Poor Razia.
そんなことはない。いいかいラスティナちゃん。くれぐれも舗装された道を歩いてね。あとロープとかに近づくのもダメだよ。そんなところに近寄ったらラスティナちゃんは必ずドジを起こすんだから。
ラスティナちゃん、花束はそっちの人に渡しておくね。ラスティナちゃんに渡すとお墓参りに行く前に散ることになりそうだから。
お前もか。なぜ私を信用しない？
だってラスティナちゃんって奇跡的なドジ体質でしょ。だから。
You see, it's not that they don't trust Razia, it's that they trust Razia being Razia. So whatever they put in her hands, is likely going to end up on the floor in a few minutes.
すみません、誰か犬を捕まえて。
Razia firmly steps on the leash to stop the dog, but the leash wraps itself tightly around her feet. The leash forms a tight knot, knocking Razia off her feet. Meanwhile, the dog continues to barrel its way down the street without a care in the world.
なんて力だ。この
お姉様、やっぱりこうなったわね。あなたたちに花束を渡しておいて本当によかったわ。
にしても店に行くたびに注意されてんな、ごつい槍の姉ちゃん。
ラスティナちゃんのドジはいろいろと有名だもの。だからみんなで気をつけるように言ってるんだけどね、一向に効果がないのよ。
まあごついやりの姉ちゃんだしな。
せめて自分がドジだって認めてくれたらいいんだけど。
ラスティナさん絶対に認めませんからね。
だよな。
そんなことよりお姉様を追いかけましょう。このままじゃ迷子になる可能性も。
いや、さすがにそれはねえだろう。自分が住んでる町なんだしよ。
でもラスティナちゃんよ、私的にはなってもおかしくはない気がするけど。
Let's go find her. Worried, Dancho and company rush off to track down Razia. A while later, the crew reunites with her. After returning the dog to its owner, Dancho and everyone continues their shopping trip.
ひどい目にあった。
大丈夫ですか？
ああ、これぐらいのことで怪我をするようなやわな鍛え方はしていないからな。それはともかく必要なものはこれで全部だな。
And the can you buy characters from the shop? That is a pretty big resounding yes. It's mostly
どう
supports
した
though.
アルフィー。
You can get a couple of damage dealers, but they're kind of expensive. A mixture of loneliness and pensiveness clouds out Tiana's face. Razia tilts red in confusion. She a dog or something?
先ほど団長様に町の様子が見たいので少しだけ過去を見させてくださいと、そうお願いしたのです。それで見させていただいたのですが、私の知っている町の風景とは違うなと、そう思いまして。
ああ、そういうことか。この町はバッヘン派が起こしたあの騒乱で壊滅的な被害を受けてな。だからそのほとんどを新しく建て直したんだ。
そうですか。お姉様、家にいたメイドさんたちや私のお友達は皆どうされていますか？もしまだこの町にいるのなら。
それは。
Razia stops in her tracks and as the words get caught in her
お
throat.
姉様？
家に
Probably
い
no
たメイ
longer
ドた
alive.
ちやお前の友人たちはもういないんだ。
やはり皆この町からお引っ越しは。
いや、そうじゃない。みんな死んだんだ。あの騒乱の時に。
嘘ですよね。
事実だ。
何があったんですか？
騒乱のあの日、
Are
奴
they
らは
done with
国の
Red
要人
Barrage?
の家族を最初に
Congrats.
狙った。
I've been farming nonchalantly, I still haven't checked.
人質にするつもりだったのか。大切な人を亡くさせることで要人たちをバッヘン派に取り込むつもりだったのか。そこまではわからんがな。ただ言えるのは、その騒乱の中でお前の友人や家にいたメイドたちは皆バッヘン派に殺された。それだけだ。
ごついやりの姉ちゃんはよく無事だったな。
ああ、メイドの一人が身を挺して守ってくれてな。そのおかげで一命を取り留めた。
お父様はお姉様を助けるように命令を出したと。
私とわからなかったのだろう。何せあの時の私はメイド服を着ていたからな。
ごつい槍の姉ちゃんってお嬢様だったんだろ？なんでメイド服を着てたんだ？
母の得意だったお菓子を食べれば父も元気が出るのではないか。そう思ってメイドたちと一緒
Oh,
にお菓子を作っ
1.4.
ていた
I'm
んだ。
done as well. 1.7.
その時に
More than
汚れる
done.
と大変だから
Just
と
need the 30 millions from the
服を
crew.
おい、それってつまり
If the boxes go up though, I don't think I've even done 10.
父親やアルフィアナの姉ちゃんと一緒に。
どうだろうな。
Yeah, 2.4k. I might be up to 7 to 8 boxes maybe. The color drains out of Afiana's face as she falls down to her
メイド
knees.
たちやお前の友人たちも皆母と同じ場所に眠っている。お前が望むなら案内をしよう。
お願いします。
Razia quietly nods and motions for everyone to follow her. The crew is almost at Razia's mother's grave.
もうすぐだ。あの場所に母が。
They did not desecrate it now, did they?
お姉様？
おい、何やってんだよ。せっかく用意した花が。
Razia stands stock still as she looks into the distance. The crew follow her line of sight and find a man praying alone in front of a grave.
お知り合いですか？
ああ、
Whom their father? Voice thick with rage, Razia lifts her cannon lance and points it at the man.
おい、ごつい槍の姉ちゃん。いきなり何を？
まさかこんなところで会うとはな。ようやく見つけたぞ、父よ。
As the man turns his head around, shock plasters across his face. With her cannon lance positioned and ready to fire, Razia glances at her father with hatred burning in her eyes. The crew stands behind, watching with apprehension.
おい、父って。
ああ、やつこそが全ての元凶である私の父ラドリアだ。
本当にラスティナなのか？生きていたのか？
ああ、泥をすすって生き延びた。全てはバッヘン派の連中をお前との決着をつけるためにな。
そうか、本当に生きてよかった。本当に。
Despite Razia's apparent vehemence, tears of joy start streaming down Rador's face.
よかっただと？ふざけるな！お前のせいで私がどれだけの悲しみと苦渋を味わったと思う？どれだけの人が涙を流したと思う？お前だけは絶対に許さん！
Razia readies her finger on the cannon lance trigger. If I remember correctly, he's doing all of this to resurrect his wife. And since he believed Razia was also dead, trying to resurrect Razia as well. The whole going back in time thing was supposed to be to avoid his wife's death.
お前はどれだけ自分勝手なことを言えば、どれだけ人を苦しめれば気が済む。 大切な家族だと私を置いていったのはお前だろ。そして争いの原因を作ったのも。
それは違う。
お前はあの騒乱の時、私が無事かどうか確認すらしようとしなかった。私を助けに戻ろうなどと考えてもいなかった。生きていても国に殺されるだろう。
Can't we check and flash Q? I think 2 of the songs I queued isn't loading, synth loading.
また会える。そう考えて。
I'm afraid the queue is empty. Let me refresh. Maybe they appear. 6.1 million individual. Damn, that's a lot.
お前にわかるか。
Oh, yeah, they're here now.
私の気持ちが
As well as Moon Halo I requested before.
わからないだろうな。過去を変えればどうにでもなる。
That's just the bot being weird.
本当にすまない。だが、私はお前のことを心から愛しているんだ。その証拠に私は手に入れた。
Akasha? The moment Rador snaps his finger, the space in the area begins to warp, and a strange object appears behind him.
なんだそれは。
これこそがバッヘン派が追い求めていた司法、過去を変える遺産だ。
そんな、もう修復が終わったというのですか。
ああ、その通り。
Also, hello Grumpy Dinosaur, welcome. And fantastic name, seriously, 10 out of 10.
死んだと思っていたお前ともう一度会いたい。家族皆が揃っていた。幸せな時間を取り戻したい。ただその願いを叶えるためにこれを求め手に入れたんだ。
So he was trying to restore Akasha in order to rewrite history. Normal. The crew, on the other hand, watched with confusion.
なあ、おい、あれってまさか。だよな。だけどあれは。
はい、ここにあるはずがありません。
The primal beast Akasha has the power to rewrite history itself. However, Akasha has been long since defeated by Dancho and the crew.
それに何より、あの遺産からは聖少獣の気配をほとんど感じませんし。
そういや、アルフィアナ
Oh,
の姉ちゃん
also
が
at this point in time, if you want to take into account the main story quest, it's not only Akasha who can rewrite history, it's also the other worlders. They can also travel and rewrite timelines. The legacy was a failed replication and that the remains were destroyed.
そこまではわかりません。でも嫌な予感がします。気をつけてください。
Dancho and the crew put their guards up and watched carefully from a distance.
それにしても私は運がいい。まさかラスティナだけ
Hello,
で
hello,
なく
already subbed a while ago, it's chill. Thank you a lot. I wish Granblue Fantasy would be chill as well. It's been missing a lot of voice lines. And this is going to be playing in about 7-8 seconds, alongside whatever's next. After I was caught, you told me something, Father. You said that I'm an important piece of the puzzle for granting the Vahen's wishes. Exactly what do you plan on doing with me? That's what they all said. The legacy was an incomplete failure without the power to change the past. But it was missing a piece, a person with the power to look into the past. All it needed to do was to absorb that person's life force.
私が反逆し捕まった祝願を叶えるために
奴らが言っていた過去を変える力は未だ不完全であり、過去を変える力は使えぬ。
We are not letting the father kill his own daughter for this.
そんなことを言っておきながらお前は
That is not happening.
違う。生贄などでは断じてない。アルフィアナは私たちを導いてくれるのだ。あの幸せな時間にアルフィアナがいるからこそ、私たちは幸せな時間を取り戻せるのだ。それゆえに私はアルフィアナに求道士の称号を与えた。
そんなお父様は最初から私を利用するつもりで。
Despair clouds Alfiana's face as she listens to Rador speak.
心配するな、アルフィアナ。変えた過去にはお前もちゃんといる。家族全員がいるんだ。つまり誰も犠牲にならない。いや、誰もが幸せを手に入れられるのだ。
Rador extends his hand outwards towards his daughters.
だから力を貸してくれ、アルフィアナ。
And apparently he never stopped to consider if this doesn't work. If he's going to sacrifice his daughter and never be able to go back.
そしてラスティナ、共に幸せを取り戻そう。
Unwavering, Razia continues to glare at Rador with cold eyes.
もういい。
ラスティナ。
父、いや、バッヘンハシュカイ、ラドリア、お前は私の敵だ。その遺産もろともここで私がお前たちを倒す。
なぜだ、なぜ分かってくれない。
もうお前のザレ言を聞くつもりはない。
ラスティナ。
団長、家族の争いに巻き込んでしまって本当にすまない。だが力を貸してほしい。これ以上私のような人間を生み出さないために、私自身の決着をつけるために。
Alright, let's go.
はい。それにラスティナさんは私たちの大切な仲間、家族みたいなものですから。
ありがとう。それとアルフィアナ、私は父を倒す。もし
お姉様、私も力になります。
いいんだな。
はい。
そうか。ならば団長、アルフィアナ、ここでバッヘン派と遺産を倒す。行くぞ。
そんなことは絶対にさせん。私はどんなことをしてもあの幸せな時間を取り戻す、そう決めたのだ。それを邪魔するのであれば、愛する娘といえど容赦はせん。
Several Vahan members suddenly appeared next to
ア
Rador.
ルフィアナ以外は全員殺せ。そして我らの祝願を叶えるのだ。
The Vahan charge at Dancho and the crew. Without hesitation, everyone readies their weapons and rushes headfirst into the fray. There was a fight. But we'll just have to imagine that. Now please stop loading. The crew defeats the Vahen within mere minutes. How are they so strong? Good old tentacle jokes. Yeah, it's just Yggdrasil though. It is. Oh, and that's already the uncapped art. Nothing, huh? And there we go. I'm going to sound like a broken record at this point, but this stuff really needs to be addressed. Because it really messes with the story events. Yeah, and this is where they realize they've bitten off more than they can chew. I hear two people talking at the same time. We're talking about that? Yeah, sadly. Sometimes the voice lines don't load properly, and if you keep playing the story, then you have multiple voice lines playing at the same time. Razia points her cannon lens backwards and pulls the trigger. She's doing the jump once again. The force propels her forward, sending her straight into radar. Sadly, that happened to me more often than I would have liked, or at least it did. Yeah, sadly it's a common occurrence. It shouldn't happen. Normally, once you start loading a scene, it should download everything for that scene. But they've done something to help with the loading times, and it seems like it messed some things up.
おいおい、それってめちゃくちゃヤバくねえか？というか、なんでごつい槍の姉ちゃんはピンピンしてるんだよ。
この程度の衝撃、私にとっては日常茶飯事だ。だからこれぐらいどうってことない。
あれって怖えな。
それよりも残りは。
Razia looks around her carefully.
大丈夫です。みんな捕まえましたから。
そうか。ならば、あとは遺産だけだな。
Dude, the art glow up. Again, the art glow up is absolutely amazing. In a swift motion, Razia directs her weapon at the legacy. Radar desperately attempts to move his body, but his legs fail him.
と少しであの幸せな時間を、私と母さんとお前、アルフィアナの4人で笑い合っていたあの幸せな時間を取り戻せるんだ。だが遺産を壊せばそれはもう二度と手に入らなくなる。幸せな時間が消えるんだ。
お前たちが傷つけ苦しめた人たちも皆それぞれ幸せがあったはずだ。だがお前たちはそれを自分勝手な理由で壊した。ならばお前たちの願いが誰かの手で壊されても文句は言えまい。自分だけが良くて他者は許されない、そんなバカな言い分は通じないのだからな。つまり因果応報というやつだ。
だが過去を変えれば、
過去さえ変えれば己の所業が帳消しになるとでも言うつもりか。いい加減にしろ。
頼む、やめてくれラスティナ。お前だって母さんに会いたいだろう。あの幸せな時間を取り戻したいはずだ。
Reader's words give Razia pause as she recalls something.
お姉様。
家族皆で笑い合っていたあの幸せな時間の記憶は今も私の胸の中にある。だがそれは過去にあったもので取り戻せるものではない。一度なくしたものは決して元には戻らないんだ。それに私は騎士になる時に誓った。私のような悲しみを持つ人間をこれ以上生み出させないと。大切な友人たちや家族のように思っていたメイドたちの仇を取ると。今がその時だ。
ラスティナ。
過去を変えてもその先で幸せを失えばお前はまた繰り返すのだろう。どんな犠牲を払ってでも。いい加減過去ではなく未来を見ろ。
As Razia screams, she squeezes the trigger of her cannon lens. And that's the Akasha replica gun. The cannon hits the Legacy Dead center, blasting it apart from the inside.
これで終わりだ。
私の幸せな時間が、そんな、もう少しで子供を取り戻せたのに。ああ、今度こそ思いを伝えようと思ったのに。返してくれ、俺の大切な妻と子を。
Raider and Divine members wail in agony at the sight of the destroyed legacy. As if in response to their cries, crystal chains fly out of the wreckage and ensnare the cultists.
やめろ、それは私の大切な思い。大切な人、誰だっけ。というか俺は消える。思い出も俺もみんな消えていく。
The screams of the Ohan intensify as the chains tighten and glow, choking them. That thing's not waking up now, is it? Moments later, the legacy is restored to its original state.
おい、何が起きてんだよ。
記憶を、いえ、命を吸収して再生している。こんな機能が遺産にあるなんて聞いてません。
どうすんだ。早くなんとかしねえと。
We need to destroy it completely. With its own drawn, Danjo looks at Lyria as she begins summoning Bahamut.
待て、私がやる。団長たちは手を出さないでくれ。
おい、この非常時に何言って。
遺産はいわばバッヘン派の象徴。いや、バッヘン派の信仰そのものだ。だからこそ私の手で破壊しなければならないんだ。この因縁に、私の憎悪に終止符を打つために。
違いますよ、お姉様。私たちの因縁にです。
Alfiana gently takes Razia's hands.
私もお付き合いします。私たちの手で遺産を壊しましょう。
そうだな。
Wait, it might not actually be a Akasha, but just a placeholder? They did mistake it for Akasha in the game as well. They mentioned the actual primal beast, and they said that this thing doesn't have any primal power.
どうやって。
So might have been a prototype, might have been something similar that the Astrals never bother finishing or awakening. But it's very likely still going to hold a little bit of power.
部下たちから特殊弾を数発もらっておいてよかった。あとは安全装置を解除して。アルフィー、覚悟はいいか？
はい、行きましょう、お姉様。
ああ、ここで全ての因縁を終わらせる。
The sisters point the cannon lens towards the ground, hold it on tightly, and pull the trigger. The powerful blast sends them both careening into the sky. As they begin their descent, they aim the cannon lens directly at the legacy and make direct impact before shooting again.
これで終わりだ。全弾持っていけ。
Shots go off and every single round of ammunition pierces through the legacy. Unable to stand the combined force, the legacy is reduced to smithereens.
アルフィー、大丈夫か？
はい、と言ってももう腕が動きませんが。
それは私もだな。だが今はそれよりも。
Razia and Alfiana nod at each other. They slowly walk over where their father is lying on the ground.
お父様。
After the legacy absorbed the last force to within an inch of death, Raider's ragged breathing is all that is keeping him conscious. Pangs of sadness and anger overwhelm the sisters as they stare at their father's limp body.
なぜうまくいかない。なぜ大切なものばかりが私の手からこぼれ落ちていく。私はただ
Also, this should probably dispel whatever magic is keeping Alfiana blind.
だけなのに。
その考えがそもそもの間違いだ。お前のすべきだったことは 過去を変えることではない。残った家族と共に皆で生きることだったんだ。そうすればお前は新しい幸せを手に入れることができた。そしてそれを何よりも願っていたのは他でもない母だ。
The knight takes out a pendant from her chest pocket.
それは私が母さんにプレゼントした。なぜお前が。
母が亡くなる直前に私にくれたんだ。私の思いを受け取ってほしい、そう言われてな。そしてこのペンダントの中には母から私への遺言が入っていた。
Razia takes out a piece of paper from inside the pendant and hands it over to her father.
読むといい。母からのメッセージを。
Hands shaking, Rador carefully takes the piece of paper and begins reading it. The letter begins with an apology about leaving everyone behind. It expresses gratitude about all the wonderful times they've spent as a family, desires for everyone to support each other, and wishes for the rest of their lives to be spent happily together. Feel like a piece of shit yet? Tears spill out of Rador's eyes as he reads his wife's final words.
そうか。私は間違っていたのか。私が真に向き合うのは過去ではなく、お前たちだったんだな。
ああ、
そうです、お父様。
こんな簡単なことに気づけないとは。私は父親失格だな。いや、元から失格だったか。
That's not true. If Divine hadn't shown up, you would have never gone down this path. Perhaps that's true, but my mind wasn't as strong as you two. That's why I ended up being swayed by them.
いえ、そんなことはありません。
だからもしれない。
お父様、
さだ
変派さえ現れなきゃ。
Well, at least when this happens, it's a little bit funny. Maybe not for moments that are supposed to be more somber, but still.
アルフィアナのことを頼む。最後にお前たちと話せて。
Now the voices. Yeah, it's been what, the 4th or 5th time this happened in just one Fate episode. But when the game lags, there's not really nothing you can do about it. And with those words, the last bit of strength leaves Rador's body. Razia and Alfiana watch silently, tears streaming down their faces.
実験は失敗か。例のもののかけらを使ってまで修復したのだがな。やはり量が足りなかったのか。それとも吸収した魂や
More Bahen behind the legacy?
まあいい。データは十分に取れたし、報告するには十分だろう。それと後で残骸を回収せねばな。実験材料としてはそれなりに使い道があるはずだ。
A man stands far away in the distance, observing Dancho. His lips form into a strange twisted smile as he disappears. So they are actually setting up the Vayan as the next enemy. A few days later, Razia and Alfiana are paying a visit to her mother and father's graves.
とりあえず報告だ。お前が率いていたバッヘン派は完全についえた。残党に関しても遺産の消滅という事実とアルフィの説得によって全員が投降した。これでもう私のような人間は生まれないだろう。
お父様、
Oh, she's got her eyes open, how nice.
全部終わりましたよ。
いや、まだだ。
ですがバッヘン派は。
ああ、バッヘン派は確かについえた。だが遺産を修復したという組織に関してはまだ何の手がかりもつかめていない。それに気になることもある。騎士団長から聞いたのだが、遺産の残骸が消えたそうだ。
まさか遺産を修復した組織が。
そこまではわからん。だがその可能性は大いにあるだろう。
お姉様はこれからどうなさるのですか？
団長たちと行動を共にしながら遺産を修復したという組織を追おうと思っている。
団長様たちとですか？
ああ、団長たちのところには不思議といろいろな情報が集まってくるからな。それに団長たちには父たちのことで大きな借りがある。借りは返さねばならん。
そうですか。
そういうアルフィーはこれからどうするつもりだ？父の死とともに目は見えるようになったのだろう。それにバッヘン派の討伐の功績で自由の身になったとも聞いた。
それはまだ考え中です。
Come on, that's a pretty open invitation to join the Grand Cipher.
存分に考えるといい。時間はたくさんあるのだからな。ただ一つ姉として言うならば、後悔のない生き方をしろ。
はい。
それと何かあったら私に言うといい。どんなことでも私が必ず力になる。
お姉様、
父と約束したからな。何があってもお前を守ると。
Raja looks at her father's tombstone and quietly pays her
お
respects.
父様、約束は必ず守ります。だから安心して眠ってください。
And she has finally settled her score. With renewed determination, Razia commits herself to once again moving forward with purpose. That was a pretty damn good fate. And they also managed to introduce another enemy that's very likely going to appear later down the line. I love how your playlist has matched up with the mood of the fates. Yeah, it managed to catch up a few of them pretty nicely. So,
そしてお母様と共に
missing voice lines.
私たちのことを空から見守っていてください。
I need to sleep, see you next. Should join your Discord soon if you use that for stream announcement. I don't really. I will. If you want in, feel free to. It's pretty chill. possible playable Alfina is actually a thing. And yeah, since we just got Razia 5-star, I think we will eventually see her get some sort of limited or hyper limited. Again, Halloween is impossible, we've already gotten the leaks, but Christmas might be cutting it a bit too close. Maybe next year, because it looks like she has an entire new journey to start. Helps if your streams are scheduled. Got cut. I actually didn't see anything. Still, feel free to join the Discord. There's some pretty chill people in there. And good night. Thanks for coming by. Speaking of good night, I think I might also be done here. I've gotten all my required honors. I don't think I care too much about boxing. I'll just need another couple of days for the high-level fights. Badges should be fine to farm in the next couple of days. Tomorrow I really want to get done with the Star Rail event. I still have to finish the Pokemon one. This damn cat. Just came back, what did I miss? We just went through Razia's Fate episode, the level 100 cap. It was pretty cool. And I think it's about time for me to head over to prepare dinner. So once again, thank you to everyone who showed up. Hopefully the event was fun for you as well. And I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao!